Libby, do you believe that every person is meant to pursue an education in college?
No, I think certain people will excel in fields that college can't provide to them.
Can you provide an example of that?
Um, People that work with their hands or cars or something in that kind of field, they don't need to really go to college to do
If
that.
you didn't attend college, what would you be doing today?
Massage therapy.
Decided you wanted to attend a four-year university.
I decided because lots of people in my family weren't able to attend college, and lots of my cousins still have the opportunity to, and they're the same age as me. So I figured I would attend and then try and make better for myself and my family as well.
What's your official title here at Western New England University?
I'm an Academic Success Assistant in the Academic Success Center.
What is your experience working with students on academic probation here at the university?
I've worked with students on probation for 7 semesters now. Students ranging from those struggling with academic skills, had family issues, personal concerns, and affected their GPA.
So based on your experience, do you believe that everyone is suited to pursue a four-year degree?
I don't. I think it very much so depends on the person. One thing I ask a lot of my students that I work with on probation is what their why is for being at college. A lot of students who are struggling, and I realize a pattern of they're not sure why they're here, and that affects the effort they put into school. So if students don't have a reason to be here, usually that'll affect them. So I think there are a lot of other paths such as jobs, technical schools, and trades to go into that work really well.
Thank you.
What was the biggest stress you had during the application process of college?
I would have to say waiting for the letters to come in, like the acceptance or not getting in, but just waiting because it seemed like it took forever, and I just wanted to know if I got into a college and I could actually continue with my school career.
So once you decide you want to go to college, you need to pick a college that has your major. You got to think about things that you're interested in, like say science or math, and then based off that, you want to pick a college that has the major you want. So once you have a list of colleges that has the major you're anticipating, you want to make sure you have another list. So this list is going to include due dates of the applications for every college you're looking at. So say you have 4 colleges, you want to make sure that you have you can have like a Google Docs or a Word document or even a piece of paper. You got to make sure you know where it is at all times, because this is going to be like your lifesaver. You want to make sure you write the college and the due date of the application for every college that you're going to be applying for. So once you have your due date checklist, the next thing you want to do is actually visit the colleges you're thinking about applying to. If you go on the college's websites, there's usually a tab, or like on the top it says like visit. If you click on that, there's tours, open houses, and like acceptance students day. So once you actually get into the college, you can go, and it's really awesome because you get to meet a bunch of people who are going to be in your grade. The good thing about tours is there's obviously a tour guide. They take you around and show you to like the major like buildings on campus, so like the dining hall, like the freshman buildings. So the tour guides take you to places like the dining hall, the library. They take you to dorms, freshman dorms and upperclassmen dorms, so you'll see what it's going to be like all 4 years that you're there. And the open houses are cool because they give you free stuff, and you get to meet other people that are also going to be going. So after you visit the colleges and you decide which ones you like the most, which ones you don't, you like kind of weed through and decide which ones you want to go to. You actually have to apply. So this is a process that kind of takes a while. You need to make sure you have references from at least probably 2 teachers. You have to have your SAT scores or ACT scores, and you also have to have a college essay. So once you apply to colleges, most of them have application fee, but if you look on the website, sometimes they have like a waiver you can fill out so you don't actually have to pay the fee. For example, if you have a relative or someone you know go to the school you're applying to, usually if they like write a letter and like vouch for you, then you don't have to pay the application fee. So the good thing about applying is a lot of schools are on the Common App, which is one application you fill out and you can send it to as many schools that are on the website as you want. So it's kind of like a bang for your buck. After you apply to your colleges, the next thing you want to do is apply for FAFSA, and this is a big one. So FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. So what it is you fill out the application. You have to have your taxes if you have a job, your parents' taxes, and you fill out a bunch of stuff about how much money you make and stuff like that. And from that determines how much money you get from the government for you to go to school. So pretty much it's free money you're getting from the government to go to school. They also base the loans off of that, and that's where the schools get their financial aid packages from. So after you apply for FAFSA, it'll get sent to your colleges that you applied to, and from there the college will determine how much money you're going to get, and within a couple weeks you'll get a package back from the colleges saying how much money it's going to cost for you to go there.
The next biggest thing to do after FAFSA is search for scholarships online. So there's tons of free money out there. All you have to do is look for it. If you go online and if you go onto Google and just type in scholarships for college students or graduating high school students, then you'll get a bunch of pop-ups. And from scholarships, you can receive $50 to a full ride. The last box on your checklist should be picking a college. This is the best part. After you get your financial aid packages from every school and how much they're going to give you, you should make a pros and cons list. So after you compare your pros and cons list for each college, it's time to pick. So all you have to do once you want to pick a college is you put a deposit down. Usually you just have to either mail it to them, or if you go to like an acceptance students day, you can pay there. Sometimes you can pay online. It'll tell you in your financial aid package how to put your deposit down. So once you put your deposit down, you're ready to go. You're going to that school. And you don't have to tell any other school that you're not attending. So you just picked a college. If you decide college is the right choice for you, the first step would be to take the PSATs, which is a prep for the actual SATs or ACTs. The admission process is to send your ACT or SAT scores to that school. In my case, I didn't have to submit my scores to Western New England University where I attend now, but the other schools that I applied to required me to send them in. So it's a good thing that I took the SATs. However, some schools reward you merit-based scholarships on your SAT scores, so regardless if you need to submit them to that school or not, it's a really good choice to take them because that's more money for you for your school. The SATs is a test based on writing, reading, math, and an essay ranging from a score 400 to 2400. While the ACT test is pretty similar, but it includes science and it is scoring between 1 to 36. Regardless if you want to choose college or not, the next step for you would be to make a resume, because if you're going to school or a job or the military, they're going to want to see experiences that you've had, including any past jobs, or make sure to list any honors that you've been rewarded as well, because that shows a lot to the person who is reading your resume. Your third step would be to pick what kind of college would be right for you. Between community college, a 2-year college, a 4-year school, there's so many choices to go through when deciding upon a college. Depending on if you want a 4-year school or a 2-year school, there's a lot of choices to make along the way. Do you want a big school or a small school? My classes, I have anywhere from 6 to 20 people in my classes, but I have friends who have anywhere from an entire auditorium. If you go to a big school like UConn, for example, your freshman seminar might have at least 200 kids in it. Meanwhile, my school, Western New England, I have about 6. If you're living on campus, class you just have to walk to. Living on campus is very different from living off of campus. When you're living off of campus, you have to commute to school in class every day for the entire 4 years or 2 that you're attending that school.
I analyzed earlier in the semester the true cost of a high school dropout article. We found that only 21 states in this day and age require us to attend high school until we turn to the age of 18. So another astonishing fact that in 1970, the United States had the world's largest rate of high school and college graduation, but today we've slipped to 21 in the school's high school graduating classes and 15 in college graduates. This leaves us with the question, where did we go wrong, and what other paths can we be ensuring in our students other than four-year programs before they leave Synergy? As I have learned through my experiences here at Synergy, there are several alternative careers paths that I believe these students could benefit from much more efficiently than what we are giving them now. Some alternative four-year plans I think that they should explore are entry-level positions near and around East Hartford, Connecticut, two-year schools upon completion of Synergy, certificate programs, as well as vocational schools, trade programs, and technical. Some two-year community colleges in Connecticut that are close to East Hartford are Lincoln College of New England, Capital Community College, Manchester Community College, and Middlesex Community College, as well as Goodwin Community College, who came to our school and did multiple sessions with students about the Bridge to Connect program, in which students from Synergy could take college-level classes over the summer, branching into their freshman year. That way they can get initiated with it before actually having to start their freshman year, which is something that the hand-holding process would continue from Synergy to a college level. The next step that I want to talk about is popular certificate programs in the state of Connecticut. So these are a certain level of college courses that would allow you to receive a certificate. So it's not necessarily as much credits as like an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. Some popular certificate programs in the state are also a great alternative for postgraduate plans. These certificate programs don't necessarily mean you have to obtain a certain amount of credit hours like a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree, but they do require you to take like a semester's worth of classes that certify you in a program. For instance, Connecticut is well known for their massage therapy programs at Goodwin and Lincoln Technical Colleges, the phlebotomy programs, which are great for working in hospitals and nursing homes to draw blood from patients. You can even do CNA classes to be a certified nursing assistant, which multiple of my friends currently do now. And the last one is lab technicians, where you'd be able to work in multiple different settings. The fourth option that I came up with is vocational trade and technical schools. In the state of Connecticut, we have Lincoln Technical College, Porter and Chester Institute, cosmetology schools, and hairdressing schools spanning all over the state. People often overlook electrician, plumbing, maintenance, or public works, or even woodworking and landscaping companies because they think that maybe they're like not as good as like a college degree or a certificate program or even a two-year program. But in the grand scheme of things, these things are never going to go out of style. Someone's always going to need something installed or repaired, and that's going to be very profitable. For instance, my dad never attended college, and he's the head maintenance worker in my town of Wallingford, Connecticut today. So he does, and he is in the union for the state. It's also something to look into because my family has a carpenter business, and on the side they make a lot of money because people don't know how to do like handyman things all of the time, and they have great job security with household things because you're always going to need to have these people doing these things for you if you're not able to do them yourself. If none of these options sound suitable for you, in order to provide financial stability, another resource that you can use is Job Corps. They came to Synergy last week, and they're located in Hartford and New Haven in our state. It's an amazing program that many people don't know about, including myself. So it's basically a no-cost education and vocational training program administered by the United States Department of Labor that helps young people ages 16 to 24 to fund and improve their quality of lives through vocational and academic training. So that means it's funded by Congress, so you're not paying out of pocket by this. So Job Corps has been training young adults for meaningful careers since 1964. It's committed to offering safe, drug-free environment work where you can take advantages of the resources that require you to do so. The mission is to set really highly motivated individuals on a pathway that they really maybe can't afford education and put them in training careers for successful and nationally ranked growing industries. This concludes our presentation on post-Synergy high school plans. We hope that you've enjoyed working with us as much as we have enjoyed working with you over the course of this past semester. We wish you a great end of the school year, graduation, and whatever the next step for you is. We have all the faith that you can accomplish anything that you guys set your minds to, and we believe that you can be successful in your own way no matter what path you end up choosing. Thanks so much for having us.